To another video on YouTube while you game. Today I have another Elden Ring little video. I'm talking about probably my favorite build of all time in Elden Ring. So I'm just gonna kind of hop into it. Go ahead and get some snacks and just I don't know play Xbox while you listen. So it's a Starfist build. It's a fist weapon with this little spikes on it. I don't have any pictures. I'm really way too lazy to edit anything. I just like recording stuff and posting it. I'm not trying to go viral or anything. I just like talking and yapping. Um, so it's a Starfist weapon. You find it in Lanedale. It's in the Coliseum, so you got to walk up that little hill and then go around one of the sides, and you'll find it in like a body. It's actually really, really good. The astral word we're going to use is Cragblade. It's the one where you stick the thing in the ground and pull a bunch of rocks out, and the rocks cover your weapon. It gives you a lot more stance damage. And then we're going to have a heavy affinity. This is because we are scaling solely in strength. And the strat with this is, I mean, you can R1, but we're going to be R2ing, which is heavy. So just heavy attacks, dual handing, of course. And this is going to give you a ton of stance because the interesting thing about the Starfist is the heavy R2s come out really fast. Um, so you can put so much stance damage on somebody. Like the thing with colossal weapons in Elden Ring is they do so much stance damage, but it takes so long to get a hit off. So you're constantly like trading and stuff with the Starfists. You you don't have that issue. Like you're pretty confident you can hit. The only thing I have to say, the only bad thing is the range. Being fist weapons, there's pretty bad range, but like if you're good at the game, like you'll be fine. Uh, like I fought Melania with it. I'm currently fighting Melania with it. Um, so and I'm having actually a pretty successful time. It actually kind of teaches you to be better at the game. Sorry for the background noise. It's like I don't know if you guys can hear that, but it's like way in the background. Um, I think someone's going to bed or something. I don't know. It's pretty late right now. I don't know what time it is. It's like 9 something. Anyways, I digress. Talismans. There's only one required talisman. This is what I'm about to get in why I love this build so much, or one of the reasons I love it, is because the things that you need are so minimal. You don't need a lot of things. The only talisman you really need is this axe talisman. It's gonna boost your charge attack damage by like 10%. I'm actually gonna throw this one in there too. The claw talisman. Um, the other ones that you have are purely optional. You just switch them out for each other. But these are the best ones that I found. The twin turtle talisman is so good. Oh my gosh. Getting that endurance back so quickly is just really really useful. You'll be in a pinch and you'll just get that endurance back. You'll be able to sprint it like Melania. Against Melania, it's great because like if you're out of stamina and she's just like winding up waterfall dance, if you don't have this talisman, you'll have a hard time getting away. But if you do, like you're great. Crimson Sea Talisman, highly recommend. Probably one of the best talismans in the game. It just boosts your FP flasks, how much health you get from it. And if you do the math, it's like 2,000 extra health in all your flasks total. So it's a really good talisman. The Old Lord talisman is good because we do buffing with incantations down here. And so just having, I don't know what I just did there, having that lasts longer is always great. So you can always use that. Earth Tree Favor, just going to be a stat buff. And then the Claw Talisman, you're going to be able to buff your jump attacks. So it's always good. Anyway, sorry. Stats. For level 150, you want to dump at least 50 into Vigor. Endurance, I usually like having higher, but 25 is enough. Um, Strength 60. You want to hit that one of those soft caps right there. I recommend if you're running the level 150 version that you run the Faith Not tier. And we'll get to that in a second. Because that's just going to put you up to 70, so you're going to be able to do more damage because it's going to scale more. And then 15 Faith to do Flame Giving Strength. Now this is just if you're running Wretch. Like, for me, I think I was running Samurai, and some of my stats were higher, so I actually was able to have, like, higher Vigor. So I could allocate more stuff. So, I don't know, it just depends on your build. In level 200, just 60 Vigor, hit that soft cap. Anything higher than 60 Vigor is kind of pointless a lot of the time. 35 Endurance, 80 Strength, hit the hard cap, and then 25 Faith, so you can run Golden Vow too, which leads me to the incantations. If you have a higher level build, you can run 33 Faith and do Hallow Shabiri instead of Flame Grimmy Strength, which is going to get you, I think, a little more damage. It just depends what you want. I like Flame Grimmy Strength, just my go-to, because then I can just put more stats elsewhere. But up to you. You could also alternatively run a Strength Faith build with this. So, like, do this build if you're over level, if you're like level 250 or something. You can always just dump a lot of stats into Faith and then run the Beast Claw Talisman, I think that's what it is. And it's the talisman that scales with Strength the most. So you can just have a ton of Strength and it scale really well, and do a bunch of damage with incantations as well. So it gives you some range. Then the Flask, the only required thing is a Spike Correct here. It's going to boost your charged heavies. So, I mean, that's like all your damage. So if you're not running this, what are you doing? Faith Not tier, if you're level 150. If you're level 200 and you have this 80 strength, you don't really need it because the 10 levels up here doesn't make that much of a difference. So if you're this level 200, I recommend Stone Barb, which can let you stagger enemies really fast. Consumables, always boiled crab. I have like 500 in my inventory. They're just so good. It just feels like, I don't know, it's just the easiest consumable to get your hands on. You don't have to grind anything, you just buy them from the dude. Don't miss that quest, it's super easy. It's like one thing you have to do. And then incantations. Oh, this is the kind of the order of operations, your kind of game plan. You buff with your incants, so you do Golden Bound, Flame, Grimmy Strength. Then you eat some crab, then you Crag Blade, then you Flask. I don't know if this order is like the perfect order. I don't really feel like, looking up all the timings and, seeing which is like the best order to do it in. All I know is the crab is 60 seconds. I think Crag is 60 seconds. I do Flask last because I run Stone Barb and I know that's 30 seconds. So, yeah. I want that. I want to have this as long as possible. Flame Grimmy Strength I know is 60 seconds. I think Golden Vow might be like a minute 30. I don't know. That's why it's always good to have the Old Lord. I actually run the Old Lord Talisman. That's going to give you 30% longer buffs here, so you can comfortably do these first. And Boiled Crab isn't required. And last, but certainly not least, you are going to be in every enemy's face, like right on their front door. You need to have over 50 points. You can't, realistically, you wouldn't be able to light roll if you're running this build. Unless I guess you're like really cracked, but you are gonna be in their butt, so you need more than 50 faith or 50 poise. I actually have an armor setup and an endurance setup where I can light roll and I'm 51 poise, which is pretty cool. But I'm also running Erdtree's Favor, and the other one that gives me a lot more equip load. That's because I want to light roll against Millennia right now, so I don't know. Her attacks are so hard to dodge for me. With one medium rolling, not too hard, but light roll. It just makes it super easy. Anyways, that is my build. I've run a lot of builds. I'm super indecisive when it comes to Elden Ring. Like I should probably have a wretch, and this should probably be my go-to base setup. But Like I've run so many builds, overpowered ones, underpowered ones. Like just in this, I'm in New Game Plus One on one of my accounts. I have like so many different accounts too. But I'm New Game Plus One, and I've already run through like 30 different builds. Dual Miladies felt too broken. And I honestly just didn't enjoy them, which is kind of crazy because they're really good. The Blood Fiend's arm, I just didn't like how it played. I can't stand sorcery builds. I don't like them. They're not fun. Um, the Euphoria, I tried one of those builds. It was okay. I just don't like spells. I just like hitting things. Honestly, I just have the most fun doing stance breaking. And so this is just the most fun I've had with any weapon by far. It's why it's my favorite. I just enjoy it. It's good enough to where like I can kind of get carried by it, but it also takes enough skill to where I have to learn um, things about bosses, and I don't just like win immediately because my weapon's super good. It's also pretty resistant to nerfs because it's not super broken out of its mind. It's just a good, fun build that breaks stances fast. Also, pro tip: don't if you know you're gonna be breaking stances fast, but you still don't want to pack a misericord, in my opinion, or like any critical damage weapon. If you break a stance, just keep R2ing them. Don't go for the crit half the time. I mean, sometimes you can go for a crit and then follow up with an R2, but honestly, you don't have to. Because if you switch to another weapon to get more crit damage, you're gonna take off your Crag Blade. You're gonna lose that buff. So just keep that in mind. But anyways, that's about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some good dopamine out of this vid. Maybe get off YouTube for the night. I don't know. Go to bed. See ya.